Hello, my name is Alexander Kane, 37 years old. I'm a Major General in the United States Army, revered globally as a mastermind in cyber defense. But right now, staring into the ornate mirror of this opulent hotel suite, I see only a guy in a crisp black suit, grasping at faded memories of what a real family feels like. I'm not one for spilling my story. My world thrives on shadows and silence, but if pressed, I'll keep it short. I aced West Point at the top of my class, snagged a master's in cyber warfare from Johns Hopkins, and earned an honorary doctorate from MIT. I've commanded global ops like Phantom Shield, built the ShadowNet division from the ground up, grilled by Congress on classified threats, and saluted by NATO for feats buried in redacted files, the kind that safeguard the world without fanfare. These days, I helm cyber strategy and alliance defenses at U.S. Army Cyber Command. In plain speak, I'm the architect of the Army's digital fortress, greenlighting billion-dollar deals that keep nations safe. Yet my family, they know none of it. Today I show up not as the general, but just Alex, the big brother. The firstborn they'd dismiss as a grunt, scraping by in uniform. I pause before the five-star Regal Pinnacle Hotel, where my little brother Ethan is tying the knot. The structure looms like a modern fortress, with gleaming ivory pillars, dazzling crystal fixtures casting rainbows, and a plush crimson runner leading to the grand ballroom. Faint jazz melodies weave through the air, laced with the murmur of high society chatter. I draw in a sharp breath, straighten my tie, and feel the solid weight of my West Point ring against my skin. A quiet vow to my mom that I'd be here for Ethan's moment, despite a decade away from home. 10 years since I forged my own road, trading family luxury for stark barracks, chilled data centers, and endless vigils against digital ghosts. My family's no average crew. My dad, Victor Kane, runs Apex Innovations, a tech titan pumping out software and gear for military, medical, and banking giants. He's a towering figure with silver-streaked hair, always in tailored threads, radiating effortless command. Mom, Sophia, is his soft-spoken anchor, wise and watchful. And Ethan, the company's CFO, mirrors Dad, sharp, driven, with a charisma that wins rooms. To the world, they're titans, builders of a billion-dollar realm. Me? I'm the outlier who spurned the empire, chasing a calling they'd never grasp over easy riches. I cross into the ballroom, where 300-plus guests swirl in a haze of luxury scents, crystal clinks, and gowns glittering under golden lights. A uniformed attendant smiles, verifies my invite, and directs me to table 17, shoved in a dim corner like an afterthought. I nod thanks, but a twist knots in my gut, like a subtle jab to the ribs. Not shocked, but it stings all the same. Weaving through the crowd, I catch sidelong looks. A relative, a distant ally, unknowns. They dip heads in courtesy, but their eyes mix intrigue with sympathy. That's Alex, the Kane heir, a lady murmurs to her date. Still stuck in the service. What a waste! With that brain, imagine the heights. I act deaf, claim my seat at 17, where chatter buzzes on stocks and properties. Folks glance my way, flash quick grins, then dive back in, my arrival a mere ripple. I shift focus to the stage. Ethan glows in his tux, fingers laced with his bride, Olivia. She's radiant, golden locks cascading, her smile pure sunlight. Ethan booms a laugh at Dad's quip, who hoists a flute to the throng. The room orbits them, the Kanes, the victors, the envied. I sip water, a sour edge coating my tongue. Not from the glass, but from resurfacing wounds. Ethan and I were thick as thieves once, raised in a sprawling Virginia manor with endless grass and a turquoise pool that sparkled like a gem. Dad drilled us on honor, on standing firm for the name. Do right, no matter the cost, he'd declare over meals, his stare firm yet kind. I took it to heart, chased it to West Point, the Army, a life I figured would earn his nod. But I misread. When I declared my enlistment, Dad's face darkened like I'd struck him. The Army, he growled low. You'd rot in bunks for scraps when you could command from a skyline suite. Ethan, barely 18, smirked from behind. Hero complex, huh? Go for it, bro. Half tease, half truth. From there, the rift widened. I buried myself in the grind. Brutal drills at the academy. All-nighters hacking in fortified vaults. Rising from captain to major, colonel, then major general at 36. One of the freshest to claim it. I spearheaded Phantom Shield, dismantling a foreign digital assault, shielding countless secrets. I birthed ShadowNet, an elite squad hunting worldwide hacks. I faced Senate fire on threats, pinned a NATO honor in a rite I dreamed they'd witness. But nada. Invites sent, emails dispatched, met with void. Mom's rare calls pleaded, "When will you join the firm, Alex?" Dad was blunter. "Quit the games, son. Doors open." I survey the hall as applause erupts for Ethan and Olivia's slicing cake, flashes popping like fireworks on their joy. I grin outwardly, but turmoil churns within. Not rage at them. I've armored against misjudgment, but the ache lingers. A persistent slice. When they dub me the grunt or the Kane flop, do they pause? See, I picked this for conviction, not folly. That worth isn't tallied in gold or spotlight. A crisp uniformed colonel strides to my table. David Hale, a phantom op vet. He snaps to salute, voice booming respect. "Major General Kane, sir, privileged to cross paths." Head swivel, intrigue sparking. I rise, clasp his hand, keep it casual. David ages, holding strong. He beams, awe unflinching. "Prime, sir. You?" Words out on that NATO coup. I chuckle, wave it off. "Just family mode today, David. No brass." He departs. I settle, sensing stares. A matron. Mom's pal, maybe, hisses to her neighbor. "Major General?" "Nah, must be a mix-up." "Alex?" "No shot." I stay mute, gulp water, its chill tracing down. No need to justify. In days at Apex HQ, I'll face Dad and Ethan unannounced. No words required. My stars and command will echo. The festivities roll. Twirls, orations, cheers. I observe hushed, till Dad mounts the podium, toasting Ethan with raw pride. "My boy, a force, elevating Apex to peaks," he thunders, voice echoing. "Grateful you're here." Cheers swell. I join, but inwardly ponder. If he knew me, would I rate a line? Dad drones on his triumphs. I slip to the balcony. The skyline sprawls, lights pulsing like false constellations. Night wind cools my thoughts. I'm not proving points. I'm honoring Mom's plea, loving them despite the blind spots. But this is prelude. In a week at Apex, tides turn. No rants, no fingers pointed. Truth unveils. I fish my phone, scroll an ancient invite to my NATO bash 3 years back. Unanswered. A wry grin. Screen blacks. Back inside, night's marathon awaits, and I'll tackle it like every storm. Head on. Ethan's bash dragged deep into darkness, but I bowed out early. As ballroom glows faded and final toasts flowed, I ghosted away. Tunes trailed me, fused with elite giggles, but I craved escape from the choke. Outside breath fogs in crisp air. City's blaze endures, but void gnaws inside. Not fury, but a simmering sorrow, like a scar poked raw. I don't resent them, really. Acceptance came hard. They can't fathom my trail. But the sting? Being branded the flop. A 37-year-old adrift in fatigues. While Dad and Ethan rule commerce, I'm the boot shiner awaiting scraps. They ignore my stars, my grip on contracts their empire craves. And I'll stay silent, for now. A cab ferries me to the family manor in the outskirts, a vast spread with wrought iron portals, manicured turf, and a pool rippling silver under moonbeams. Kid days were humbler digs, but Apex's boom bought this trophy of triumph. I enter, footsteps rebounding on polished stone. Housekeeper Maria beams. Alex ages, she coos, genuine. I grin, grateful, sensing hers might be the sole true welcome. The great room soars with vaults and masterpieces adorning walls. I halt, scanning, on a dark wood ledge, frames of Dad and Ethan at summits. Ethan clutching his Wharton scroll, Dad gracing Forbes, banner screaming visionary titan. No me. No snap, no ribbon, no echo of Alexander Kane, the son who picked duty over dollars. Once I mailed Mom a shot from my Colonel pin. Uniformed, flag-framed, gripping a NATO hand. It never mounted, maybe clashed with decor. I drift to a dusty corner frame. Us at 10 and 6, Dad's arm slung over me, Mom clasping Ethan's, all grins in a meadow. Fingers graze glass. Flashbacks surge. Dad preached backbone then, urging upright stands amid scorn. Be the unbowed man, he'd gleam. I lived it. Now he brands me the waist. Steps approach. Mom emerges in silk wrap, silver tresses catching light. Alex home so soon. Soft but wary. I nod. Force a smile. Yeah, Mom. Stunning affair, but wiped. She nears for embrace. Pivots quick. Ethan shone, right? Olivia's a gem. Pure bliss ahead. I agree, but inwardly question. My joy ever cross her mind? Upstairs to my suite, king bed, vistas to the water. I slump. Unpack a dossier on Orion Initiative. The deal Apex hunts. Scan, note, stow. In a week, I'll confront Dad and Ethan at HQ. Not kin, but Major General Alexander Kane, arbiter of their prize. Not dwelling now. Sleep calls. To blot wedding sneers. Dawn breaks. I run laps in the grounds. Breeze crisp. Mind burdened. Back inside, Dad pores over finance sheets at breakfast. He glances, dips head. Alex, curt. Join. Eat. I sit opposite. Mom serves eggs toast, smiles mute. Silence reigns, pierced by silver on china. Wedding thoughts? Dad queries, eyes glued down. Gorgeous, I offer. Ethan beamed. He folds paper, meets my gaze. You, still soldiering? Hint of doubt, like probing a wound. Faint grin, yep, holding. No ranks, no ops, no vigil tales. He'd tune out. Coffee sip, then his edge. Alex, I ponder your drift sometimes. Ethan's raking fortunes monthly. You? Barracks grind, a puzzle, fork clenches. Heat flares, but eyes steady. Love the gig, even. He snorts, head shake. Gig? Hobby, son. Real weight awaits. Wake up. I'll slot you in. Silence from me. Stare locked. The honor preacher now mocks my core. Mom watches, eyes darting. Soft? Victor, drop it. Alex charts his course. He brushes. Sophia, you miss it. Potential squandered, unlike Ethan. Blade twist. I rise courteous. Sated. Thanks, Mom. Exit, his eyes boring. No glance back. Don't want him spotting my burn. Afternoon, I hit Ethan's city tower perch. Congrats, due. Chase old bonds. 40th floor glass lair. Skyline sprawl. He hunches over screens in slate suit. Charts dancing. Spots me, rises beaming, but grip chills. Distant. Alex surprise. Handshake formal. Grats, I settle opposite. Bash nailed it. He leans, smirks. Cheers. Year in the works with Olivia. Pricey, but gold. Eyes probe. Still enlisted. Echo again. Nod. Yeah. Laugh hollow. Unique, Alex. Dad spot on. You could soar yet linger. Hero rush. Stare at my kid, bro. Once tailing me for ball tips and grass. Now I'm the dud. Dig the roll. Steady. Shrug. Your call, but cash and clout rule. Service skimps. Rethink. Entry spot mine. Grin masks rage. His slot, his mercy. In days he'll face my stars at table's helm. Fate in my palm. But now nod. Appreciate. Got a jet. Bliss to you. Elevator drops. Heart sinks. Not words bite, but kins fade. They blind to me. Street air hits. Deep inhale. Week more, shift hits. Dusk back at Manor. Folks host elite circle. Moguls, socialites. Aim to ghost up, but Mom calls, join, mingle. Enter lounge. Couches, cradle stems, laughs. Dad intros flat. Alex, eldest. In service, a crony booms. Service, skipped Dad's gig. Apex owns the game. Chuckles ripple. I love it. But pearl-draped dame. Shame. Kane blood. Billionaire bound. Dad sips, joins. Precisely. But Alex fancies grunt life. Baffling. Room roars at his jab. Words pelt like gravel. Crave roar. I'm the force you crave. But mute. Dip head. Exit. Room shut. Bed slump. Pulse thumps. Week out. They'll witness. 3 days in. I pack for duty. Dad's parting grip. Shift gears. Ring me. Even. Apex awaits. Nod silent. Built mine. Soon he'll glimpse. Back to Pentagon pad. Plain walls. Worn desk. Shelves of secrets. Emails flow. Prep Apex clash. No jitters. Thrive in heat. Rooms of titans eyeing my call. But this? Kin as foes. Eve Pryor base stop. Air thick. Keys clack. Static hums. Hush of life or death stakes. Colonel Tom enters. Sheaf heavy. General Orion finale. Desk drop. Nod. Flip. Thanks. Flags. Head shake. Apex cost woes. Vague outlays. Frown. Probe. Ethan's turf. Nod. Hush it. Meeting mine. Dawned on dress blues. Badges shine. Mirror. Burden of command. Not flash essence. Car rolls to Apex Tower. Urban gleam. Alight. Inhale deep. Game on. Lobby. Desk eyes widen. General Kane, follow. Aide guides to penthouse board. Staff gawks at stripes, murmurs trail. Mind on Dad, Ethan. What hits when I stride? Chamber vast, ebony slab, glass walls city-bound. Dad end-seated in charcoal, exec chat. Ethan iPad bound, taut yet cocky. Chair Marcus Hale, NATO ally, grips hand. Alex, solid, nod warm. Marcus, seat. Air thickens. Dad spots, shock flashes, averts. Ethan frowns, whispers side. Think, uniformed nobody, mute. Folder down, wait, Marcus raps. Folks Orion debate, DOD lifeline. Voice booms. Proud to present Decider, Major General Alexander J. Kane, Cyber Strategy and Alliances Chief, Cyber Command. Whoosh crashes. Eyes pierce like darts. Dad's mug halts. Ethan's jaw drops. Disbelief raw. Execs mutter, papers rustle, confirm. Straight-backed Marcus nod. Thanks, Chair, let's roll. Dad chokes. Alex, Major General, gaze steady, keen. Affirmative. Ethan mutters, impossible. Marcus firm. General Kane's cyber elite. Lucky us. Pulse races. Not fear, but vindication laced sorrow. This reveal? Why needed for sight? Why blues? This arena for value. Whispers hum as I helm discourse. Uniform pristine. Scan suits. Frantic notes. Dad and Ethan's mute freeze. Personal aside. Mission. Orion as shield, not cash grab. Team. Voice firm. Weighted. Orion's national spine. Code to sense vetted raw. Apex. Detail security and fiscal blueprint. Jump in. Lock on Ethan. Week ago mocker. Now tie fidget. Dad seeking. But Dad grips pen. Stares down. General. Ethan stumbles. Cost streamlined. All logged. Slides stack. Hands quake. Doubt seeps. Scan. Recall Tom's flags. Singapore arms 47 mil vague. Purpose. Gaze impartial judge mode. Tick-tock echoes. Ethan gulps. Flips frantic. Site R&D invest. Weak R&D. Outcomes report. Command intel shows nil Orion ties last 2 years. Slide analysis back. He pales. Cough breaks strain. Dad eyes shuttle. Unbelieving. No glances way. Duty pure. Exec Elena pipes wary. Will audit. Report full. Oversight likely. Not neutral. 48 hours. Security abhors likely. Breath holds. Push. Quiz tech on code. Flag encrypt gap. Breach. Grid crumbles fast. Fix plan now. Nodes scribble wild. Ethan downcast. Vanishing wish. Dad speaks labored. General. Will comply. Apex all in with DOD. Nod. Meet eyes. Expect so, Mr. Kane. General, from him surges pride. Meet drags 3 hours. Precision command. Queries hone standards. No spite. Rights pursuit. Dad's old creed he forgot. End. Hands shake respect. Whisper, Kane's kid a general? Wow. Mute collect. Exit bound. Marcus pats. Nailed, Alex. Knew your fire. Smile but crave out. Stares, buzz. Dad, Ethan linger. Talk brew. Hall cool, windows draft. Aid. General, chairs suite for chat. Nod. Family face-off. Overdue. Marcus's corner. Vistas wide. Enter Dad, Ethan, Mom too. Marcus. Family time. Exit soft. Silence thick. Uniformed stand. Moment heavy. Dad eyes mix shock, guilt. Mom's sofa perched, rims red. Ethan window leaned, pockets deep, gaze averted. Alex, Dad quavers, waves at badges. Why hide? Hurt surges, voice even, didn't. Ceremony bids, phantom mails, NATO shots, silence. Mom weeps, hand muffled. Alex clueless. Thought desk jockey, no grasp. Heart clenches, crave hold, soothe, but rooted. Stare at trio. Ethan quiet, true, general, wrong. Belittled, respect due. Eyes shame-filled. Heart forgives swift, yearns brother bond. But ache lingers. Years dismissed. Dad nears. Thought guide needed. Wasted gift. Erred. Pause choked. Proud, son. Decade first. Warmth sparks sorrow. Wanted respect from my road. Low. Not yours shunned. Nod. Eyes damp. Right. Blind. Sorry. Nod. Turn. Heart leaden. No win, no guilt trip. Just visibility beyond wealth. Haul out, sunworms. Week back, grunt. Today, silencer of boards. But core. Alex, kin hopeful for grasp. Back to Pentagon nest, cozy confines soothe. Shed blues, rack hung, shoulder ease, but heart lingers. Desk, laptop up, Tom's mails. Orion confirms gaps. Not crime, mismanagement. Draft to Marcus. Not malice, but mend swift for shield. Send relief. Chance for Ethan. No expose. Days plunge, code dives, secure huddles, net guards. But kin haunts. Mom's tears, Dad's quake, Ethan's fallout. Weak post, Ethan's mail. Thanks. Open, hard stir. Alex, costs revamped per you. My slips, mending. Grats low-key. Time? Brothers meet. Reread, warmth buds. Reply, solid weekend free. Old spot. Kid haunt cafe. Dream spill hours. Instant yes. Phone down, hope flickers. Guarded. Reconnect? Path thorny. Weekend.